What is going on, you guys? We have got another Marvel Legends review. Today we are taking a look at Iron Man Mark 85 from Avengers Endgame. This is the re-release from the Bro Thor Build-A-Figure wave. We are going to check it out. Stay tuned after this for my full review. Alright, let's kick things off by taking a look at the packaging here. That real sleek blue packaging for this special re-release. Marvel Studios logo with the Iron Man Mark 85 in Roman numerals. Really love this packaging. I kind of hope that they go to something like this in the future. Here's the back of the package, of course, all the warnings down at the back, all the Marvel logo. You can pause to take a look at the write-up here with that great shot of Iron Man with his gauntlet up, ready to go. So we get our first look at him out of the package. That gold paint looks great, but we're going to move on to the accessories that he came with. We got 4 blast effects this time, interchangeable fisted hands, and of course the open hand. The blast effects, we'll take a look at those first. Those are basically the exact same thing that we get on every Iron Man figure. It's just this more lighter blue color. I really like that. I like having the different colors of these. And of course these do fit into the interchangeable hands here. The only downside being that it doesn't really fit all the way in there. It's got this kind of gap. It doesn't look bad when you're looking at it straight on, but from the side you really can tell that it doesn't quite fit in there. But I still do like the blue. It's a nice look. Also, another good thing about these hands is they do have a hinge to them, so you can move the wrist forward and backward. That is always something that I like. It's always a bummer when you get those hands that are interchangeable that you can't really do anything with. They're just stuck in one pose. This really helps with the posability of the figure overall. So we'll also take a look at the fisted hand here that it comes with. Really great sculpt. Everything about it looks nice. The paint application on this is really good. Even the little detail on the palm where you can see that little bit of the repulsor, even though you can't, of course, fit anything in there. It didn't come with any kind of interchangeable head, just the hands. So let's take a look at the articulation. We can move up the shoulder here. It's got kind of an odd ratcheting shoulder instead of that smooth movement, but the bicep does swivel 360 degrees all the way around. It does have the double jointed elbow, which you can get all the way in there. He can punch himself in the chest like Matthew McConaughey in Wolf of Wall Street. The wrist articulation spins all the way around as well. It gets really far, and really on the fisted hand can move really well. Really like the amount of articulation in this figure. And here with the open palm, you can see that it doesn't move in as far as that fisted hand, but that's alright, you don't really need it to. And of course, again, with that kind of odd ratcheting shoulder. So as far as a bicep...
Don't freak out when you see these biceps, okay?
Or bicep, as far as an ab crunch, go down just a bit. Really goes pretty far back to get into that nice kind of flight pose. As far as the head goes, it does have a little bit of side-to-side pivot. You can spin it all the way around, and he can look down at his toes and decently far up. Once you get that and that ab crunch going back, you can really get into some good flight poses. We do spin right here at the right at the abs. No waist swivel at all, but we do have the thigh cut, so we can spin that all the way around. Kicks that far forward, barely back at all with the double jointed knees, so we can get up pretty far on that back kick. Moving on to the ankles, we can see that he can move up pretty far, back very far as well. I really like the amount of rotation on that, and side to side as well. So overall, with the foot articulation is really good here. Very happy with the amount of articulation on this figure. And of course, there we can have a nice little look at the back. We can see the sculpt of it. I like the paint applications. I like the details on the back. Very happy with this overall. Alright, moving on. Here is the Comparison to the Iron Man Mark 85 that came in the Iron Man and Thanos 2-pack, you can see the difference here in the paint colors. I really like this re-release, the one that came with the Bro Thor. I think that the paint looks great on it. I really love the gold. I love the shine to it. Whereas the Iron Man from the Thanos 2-pack really kind of just looks like plastic. It's that kind of, I don't really know what to call it with the red there, but I really like this better. And also the one thing I don't like about this figure is that the arc reactor is a little too white, whereas the other has kind of a blue tint around it. So that has that going for it. But overall, I really think this is the better of the two figures. They are essentially the same thing, but just a massive difference on the paint application. Another issue with that figure doesn't have is that the Iron Man and Thanos 2-pack, we've got an interchangeable head. There's no interchangeable heads on this, and not only that, the no heads that I have will fit on it. This is the Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt from the Mark 46, and it won't sit on there. I'm not even going to show it on video. It looks ridiculous. It just sits on there. It looks like his neck is 3 feet long. So that's a big bummer. I wish that we could have gotten an interchangeable head for this, because this sculpt is my favorite of the Mark 85, which is one of my favorites of all of the MCU. Probably my number 2, right behind the Mark 3. Next we have, of course, a comparison with all of the MCU figures that I was able to fit into the light box here, starting with the Mark 1, the Mark 2, Mark 3, Mark 42, Mark 46, the Mark 50, and ending with the Mark 85, and I really think it fits in with this Hall of Armor really well. So overall, it's a great looking figure. I really enjoy this. If you haven't picked it up, I would recommend it.
Thank you so much for watching Play for Keeps. Don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe to Nerd Initiative for more, and if you want to pick out this figure or any other Marvel Legends, don't forget to check out Big Bad Toy Store.